found myself in a small town one day, and I was running. I was running and running. I was looking for 5 strangers who were willing to share a $3,000 helicopter ride back to Kathmandu. The reason I have to do this was because all the flights on that day were cancelled because of the weather, and the closest road was 5 days hike away. But I really needed to go back because it was a weekend and I have work on Monday. So yeah, while I was running, my legs were sore from 2 weeks of trekking. I got myself thinking, Fitri, why are you even here? So 2 weeks before, you will see me in Kathmandu airport with my backpack and a duffel, and you will have thought, hey, this guy is a solo traveler, must be his thing. The truth is, I was scared. I was excited, but I was scared. I was scared because there was no one that I know within thousands and thousands of kilometers, and I was there in Kathmandu alone. And not that I really know anyone anyway, I barely even know myself, which is why I was on this trip, a trip of self-discovery, which ended up as something else. 2 years ago, I decided to travel alone. I decided this during a backpacking trip to Brisbane with my friends. I was in Melbourne as a student, and I realized that when I travel with my friends, I realized 2 things. That I really, really love traveling, and that I'm really bad at doing it with other people. I get very annoyed easily, I get angry, I get anxious. When things doesn't go as planned, I just go mad. So that is why I went on this solo trip last year, and I did skydiving. Why skydiving? I wanted to do. You don't need to know. Anyway, I did skydive, but what's interesting about this trip is not the skydive. It is interesting, but what's interesting is that I started meeting people because none of my friends wanted to do skydive. I had to do it with some random strangers, and I've started becoming friends with these people. I mean, doctors, lawyers, monks. And as soon as I came back to Brunei, I wanted to become one of them. Not a lawyer, not a doctor, not a monk, but a traveler. I had a dream one night, and in that dream I was in Japan. I was in a circus, and I was trying to figure out what the country code for Japan is, which I think is 81. Anyway, the dream is not important. What's important is the next day I woke up, went online, grabbed the ticket, it was on sale, and I was on my way to Japan. Talk about following your dreams. And when I was there, the only word that I know was sumimasen, nihongo ga wakarimasen, which is basically, excuse me, I don't speak Japanese. So I always do a day tour on my first day so that I know my way around. It is there where I met another solo traveler. His name was Gary. So he's an English teacher in Korea, but he's Canadian-born Chinese, and he could speak Japanese. And I found that he lived right next to my hostel, so I decided to travel with him. So I threw away my itinerary inside my bag, because I'm still paranoid. So I realized that in a matter of just 3 days, you become very good friends, and he's now chasing his ambition to become a nurse. I don't know how, but yeah. So I've met another traveler from Spain. His name is Miguel, and we've only met for 3 hours, but we're still friends now, and we're still in contact through WhatsApp. And he's actually helping me with my honeymoon itinerary that we're trying for, I guess. So yeah, you can see Gary there with me doing things. We're not even sure. We just saw people lining up, and we're just like, oh, what's this? Like, and you can see it's very safe because I put my GoPro on the floor and no one saw it. What I did from that trip is that you don't really need to know people that long in order to become good friends. I started following people on Instagram, and the girl who inspired me for my next travel is not an adventurer. She's bunny mama. She posted photos of her bunnies, cute bunnies, and she went to Everest Base Camp. And I did go there last May for my birthday. And when I was there, I did not reach Everest Base Camp. I was 2 hours away and I had altitude sickness and thought that my safety and health is like more important than my ego, to play that I've been there. But I wasn't disappointed. Things didn't go as planned, but I have become a better person during this travel. I realize now that I've become one of them. The travelers, blacks. They don't really care about what people think. Don't really care about what society thinks. Which I guess is bad for my mom. That the place is only as good as the people you met in them. And I'm glad I met all these people. Because traveling alone, in the end, you'll never be truly alone. Because you meet all these interesting people and you get to know a lot of new things. If you can spot the tiny humans there, it's here. And you can imagine how big the mountains are. You have to go to a place yourself in order to see how vast everything is. When you just see photos, you just see, okay. But when you actually go there, it's a lot different. So these are the people I met. And who am I? I'm Fitri. What started as a journey of self-discovery in the end became a journey of recreating myself. I'm now the sum of all the people I've met. I also learned that a lot of unrelated things in the end leads to something. I don't even know what that is. But hey, if you want to know more about my travel, you can go to pechakucha.com, and I also post travel videos on my Vimeo, and I also post stuff on Instagram. Thank you.